Well, it's about US elections. It enters its last phase. If there's one partnership that's least likely to be impacted, irrespective of who comes to power, it's the India-US partnership. This means there's very little uncertainty for New Delhi, whether it's Kamala Harris or Donald Trump who comes to power. And let's get in our second top voice on the show, Ambassador Atul Keshap, on the convergence between Democrats and Republicans when it comes to partnering with India. Ambassador Keshap, thanks so much for speaking to me on India Sense. And my first question to you, sir, is how do you see the next phase of the US-India partnership from here on, building on from the tech tie-ups India has already put in place with the US?
So, Gaurie, thank you for the opportunity. I think now we are in, the starting gun has gone off, and we are now heading for escape velocity. If you look at the technological collaboration that is happening, it is intensifying. It is driven by strategic necessity and geoeconomic risks. And so when you look at supply chain, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, green tech, it is pretty darn clear that the two governments and their two communities of companies are intent upon closer collaboration. We had what felt like half the US government at our India Ideas Summit. I met with what feels like half the Indian government at this India Ideas Summit over these last few days. And everybody is focused on implementation. It's not so much that we have to conceive of the world to come, we have to implement the world to come.
Okay, so the elections are in a very crucial phase, and a lot of people are wondering what happens whether Kamala Harris or Donald Trump comes to power. I feel that there's going to be complete policy certainty, irrespective of who comes to power. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. India is a fairly safe topic in our political system. And I think that no matter what the electoral outcome, we're going to see a very significant amount of continuity by the United States government and by the American system in trying to develop greater industrial and technological ties with India. The strategic equation is already very strong. The economic equation has potential, but it's the technological that's driving it. So you look at semiconductors, you look at all the supply chain risks, and that we're trying to shore up supply chains, all of the green tech, financial services and fintech, energy, the list is endless. And defense is, of course, also a big driver. So I don't really worry too much about the US-India relationship. There'll be bumps, there'll be turbulence, there'll be a lot of social media opinions and media opinions. But the two governments, in all of the meetings I had this week with Minister Jaishankar, Minister Goyal, Minister Sitharaman, Minister Puri, they all expressed continuity. And with all the US government officials with whom I met, all of those visiting from Washington, including the president's chief policy advisor on South Asia and the State Department chief policy advisor on South Asia, the USTR chief policy advisor on South Asia, the continuity is very clear. We also hosted Treasury delegations, Development Finance Corporation delegations, so many different parts of the US government working in the same direction with the Indian government on the technological convergence, particularly securing our people from any risks.
All right, Ambassador Keshap, I'm afraid I have to leave it there. Thanks much for speaking to me on India Sense.